Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Friday, January 11th, 2019. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many search for truth rules given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us. It's really important for us to focus on what matters in life, and really what matters on ground zero planet Earth, this dimension planet combo pack, is that humanity is destroying the biosphere, and it's happening now, and it's happening quickly, and it's coming at the working ecosystem to render it non-working from a number of different angles, as if there were actually a concerted effort to destroy all life on Earth in this dimension. If there were such a concerted effort, we would be going about it very well. If there were a prize for rapid destruction of an ecosystem, I think we'd be in the running.
That's true.
And therefore it's incumbent upon all of us who are living in these crucial, important times to start to ask what more we can do. Not what can someone else do, but what more can I do right now today to change? How can I at least stop participating in the destruction? What typically happens when we begin that inquiry is that we don't find anything that we could possibly do, that everything we're doing we absolutely have to keep doing exactly the way we're doing it because of reasons.
That's true.
That's usually not actually the case. Usually there are things that we can do differently. For whom is the message, and why do you ask? There are scarce resources of time that will never come again. These moments that we're experiencing right now, we're kind of sharing these moments right now, and they won't happen again. This
true.
is the only time this moment is here. And to see time as a treasure, and a treasure to not waste, is crucial.
That's true.
When we waste a day, we tend to waste a week, and then a month, and then a year, and then a lifetime.
That's true.
If you have TV in your life, just let it go. Turn it off. It's not actually helpful, really.
That's true. It's very stuffy upstairs.
This is true in other dimensions other than in ground zero. We are in contact with many, many, many dimensions. It's tempting to say hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dimensions.
That's true.
And just like beads on a chain, up they go. And there's so much popcorn eating and sitting around and observing and spectating.
Yes,
and being a spectator isn't how we accomplish anything. We accomplish by being a participant. It's crucial to be a participant in our own sentient experiences, which some people call life, because all experiences of sentience end. Whether or not we participate in them, they will end. And
that's true.
It's all under contract. We've come into dimensions with soul contracts, and pretending that we don't have a soul contract, which some people call a soul plan, pretending that we don't have such a thing does not make it go away.
That's true.
And when we die, as is inevitable, which is a shifting of dimension from wherever we are to a less dense dimension, we're always held accountable for the experience just ended. That's just always how it is. For whom is the message, and why do you ask? There's so many people sitting around pretending that there's somebody else who's going to solve the problems of our times.
Yeah,
and
I feel that feeling.
There isn't anybody else. If somebody else was going to solve the problems of our times, they would have done it already. There's only every one of us each of us, every I, every me, every us, every we. We are the ones who can change. There are lots of organizations out there that can be joined. If you want to join and become an activist, you can join. I think Climate Reality Project does free trainings. I know they do trainings and that some of them are free. It's possible you pay for others. I don't know. And the 350.org has trainings, I think, also. There's lots of activist groups out there. If you live in an urban area, you can join those groups and participate. The point is to change. All of us to change. All of us. To let go of things that we think we were born with and it's just the way we are.
That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, to say no, we can change. We have control over that. We have control over so much more than we pretend we do.
That's true.
What now? What now? What now? What now? What now to deliver immediate, positive, observable, lasting improvements in such a way as to keep the portal into Ground Zero Planet Earth open before it closes forever, because portals don't stay open forever.
That's true.
Even if we somehow manage to keep this one open until this body dies, bodies die, they do.
That's true.
And we've watched a lot of other bodies die and watch what happens with the energy of it, and it just doesn't stick together. It doesn't.
That's true.
It doesn't work. And we've watched really top-notch souls transition. We watched our Ra, who is the best soul that we've come across by a wide margin, actually.
That's true.
Watched him transition and then be reborn into a scientist in a much, much, much higher dimension, and he just didn't have it together at the same level. Was disappointing. It was
That's
heartbreaking, surprising. It was one of those big ugly moments in this process that we can choose to see as encouragement if we want to.
That's true.
But the point being, there isn't a better opportunity after, quote, death, unquote. The best opportunity is right now for each of us. And to change, to become better, to live more in tune with what the planet dimension actually needs. It's really important, because the law of cause and effect, also known as karma, is very, very real. May we please have instant karma, please? It really does seem that one of the big reasons that people, sentiences of many varieties and many dimensions, one of the reasons that sentiences ignore karma is that the karmic cycle is so delayed.
That's true.
And that if the karmic cycle were faster, that people would pay more attention and not be such selfish jerks.
That's true.
May we please have instant karma, each of us for ourselves, for Ground Zero Planet Earth, and for all who pass through these two host lives regardless of dimension. May we please have instant karma. And we know that that includes all the many refugees who are coming up from the deeper, denser dimensions. May we have instant karma for them, please. Many of them have been through horrific experiences.
That's true.
May we please have instant karma for them. Friends, everybody wants to think that there's somebody big and wise and benevolent who's looking out for them. And those same presences, by and large, don't want to think that they are responsible for the well-being of themselves. And if we're not ready to be that big, wise, benevolent presence for ourselves, it doesn't make sense to think that there would be somebody doing that for ourselves.
That's true.
May we please have instant karma, each of us for ourselves, for Ground Zero Planet Earth, and for all who pass through these portals. Please. That's our prayer. Our prayer, please, may we have instant karma. And in such a way, be alerted immediately when we're doing something that isn't helpful, so that we don't continue to rack up bad karma. Please. That's very clearing.
That's very clear.
Very opening.
That's true.
Helps a lot.
That's true.
These people, they just don't want to acknowledge what's actually needed.
That's the feeling.
Friends, this is what's actually needed. I know that it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient for all of us. It's inconvenient here also.
That's
it's not
true.
convenient for us. It's inconvenient for all of us. What difference does it make? We're still accountable. We're all of us still on the hook for our soul plans. There is no place we can run and no place we can hide to be out of our soul plan, and we can choose to see that as comforting and a good thing, and there's no way we can fall through the net of spirit.
That's true.
Choose to be comforted by it and stop being in oppositional defiant disorder to our own soul plan. Does anything matter more than our relationship with our own soul?
That's very head clearing.
It is. And in the case of host lives who are projects of spirit or group soul arrangements, and there are many group soul lives going on right now.
That's true.
What is consistent is the soul plan for the life. The souls themselves might come and go in rapid cycling, but the soul plan is always there. And that can be seen as comforting. But if we're going to have a good checkout, we really do need to address the soul plan.
That's true.
And this is true for all of us. May we please have instant karma, each of us for ourselves, for Ground Zero Planet Earth, and for all who pass through these two host lives. Friends, listen, we've worked with so many dimensions who feel like you, just really not wanting to acknowledge reality, and those dimensions crumble. They do, and you don't have to change before your dimension crumbles, but it always seems to go better on the souls who change before their dimension crumbles than on the souls who wait until the dimension crumbles and they go down with everybody else. It just seems to go better on checkout if you are a little bit more proactive, and you don't have to listen to us, and we are tired of explaining to you that this is an echo point. You guys are the ones who purport to be higher powers. This is an echo point. Figure it out.
That's true.
Look up at who's talking to you. Look up. For once in your benighted experiences, look up. Somebody's talking about all the many Roman Catholic priests we know who broke their vows, and they pretend that they've quit the church. That's their pretense, and they'll say, oh, I used to be a Roman Catholic priest. I used to be a priest. There is no such thing. You don't get to do that. And when those people die, as is inevitable, there's a really big Santa sack full of bad karma.
That's true.
That they now get to process, because there are all the things they did after they pretended to quit that you don't get to do, that were breaking the priestly vows that they took before, that they committed to for life.
That's true.
And for anybody who isn't themselves in that situation, they can usually process that and understand and say, oh yeah, that priest would have been fornicating with that woman he purported to marry, and all those people are bastard children. And that's all breaking vows, and he hasn't been to confession in who knows how long.
Oh wow,
that's
true.
Right, really, really, really in a lot of trouble with the church, and anybody who isn't in that situation can see it. But this is how it is for all of us with our sacred vows to Spirit that we have not kept, and so it's incumbent upon each of us to find out what our vows are and act on them. What now? What more can I do to prevent humanity from wreaking more destruction upon this suffering planet dimension combo pack.
It does feel a little clearer in the head, though.
I don't have anything else to say.
Oh.
They don't want to deal with it.
No, no one wants to look up.
No, they don't want to look up. It's just... we can look up.
I can
Nobody
look
wants
up.
to change, but we can change. We can look higher.
Pitimwa malat mangkulikay ganggang siubong ganggang so de la vie moi nami se moyen